Hey, what's up? Hello, everyone. Welcome into Fantasy Filmball, the show where we turn movies into sports and sports into something we don't talk about here. My name is Matt.
My name is Dyl, and today we are back with some more live reactions, this time to the Critics' Choice nominations. Matt and myself, we have both not seen these at all, going in completely blind, but as always, if you are new here, consider subscribing to the channel, dropping us a like, dropping us a comment down with your thoughts. It helps us grow, keeps you connected, but let's not waste any more time. We're going to switch things up today. Matt is going to be reading off the awards. I will be live reacting.
Yes, so with the Golden Globes, you got to be the one seeing them. I got to be the one hearing them for the first time. We're switching things up this time. Now, just like with our Golden Globes reactions, in the center there, you're going to see the nominees for each category as we talk about them. Also, we're going to keep a tally of those sweet, sweet Filmball points. We are playing the game of Fantasy Filmball, so you can keep up with what films are doing best through these nominations, just right in that little center section right there. So yeah. All right, let's get into this. So we're going from the very bottom of the page. I'm reading off of the next best picture list. The first category is best score.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go. I'm
There's
excited
one
here.
really funny nomination here. So
Is it Barbie?
Yeah, it's Barbie.
I mean, it's the Tar nomination this year. They just love a movie. They give a movie that does not have a score nomination. You know what? Watch Barbie win.
It genuinely could. All right, I'll go with the next ones being the obvious three: Poor Things, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer.
Okay, so there's 4.
We got 6 in the category. Next one, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Finally, Society of the Snow.
Here we go. Society of the Snow sweep starts today. What speaks most to me here is there's no Boy and the Heron. That feels very much like a CCA type of thing, but I don't think that means Boy and the Heron's dead or anything like that. But Society of the Snow being here, I think, is a great start to its path to maybe see it on Oscar morning.
It's definitely a possibility. What do we think's winning this category?
I mean, I said Barbie.
You said Barbie? Okay, I'm saying Oppenheimer. I think they're just going to try to predict the Oscar with this one, and they're going to go for Oppie. Next category is Best Song. Let's start with the obvious ones. Dance the Night, I'm Just Ken. Okay. What was I made
Barbies?
for? 3 Barbies.
I mean, hey, for your film ball, I know you picked Barbie first overall. You're racking up the points here.
I mean, the song nominations, that's like the lowest point. This only gets me 5 points, so that's 15 points for Barbie. But
plus score, and plus, I'm sure, more.
But yes, it's gonna end up racking up points. But the 3 song nominations, that's not like... It's not the be-all, end-all here. It's good. It's good, but it's not, you know, I'm not going to win off of song. So we got 3 Barbies. Next up, This Wish from Wish.
Let's go. Wish Vengers, we are alive. We're going to continue here in the race. If This Wish makes it into song, I'm hoping that it's in animated.
Road to Freedom from Rustin.
Hey, we talked about this throughout the year. People do like Lenny Kravitz, and I was like, maybe if people like Lenny Kravitz enough, they can push him in. I sure like Lenny Kravitz, but the song, as we both admit, is kind of forgettable in a movie no one actually really cared about, but it is hitting here so far, so that speaks well for Domingo, an actor, and the song overall.
And you know what else hit the Golden Globes that's also here?
Is it the Bruce Springsteen song?
No, it's not.
Oh,
what is it, Dylan?
What
Peaches.
Was oh, Peaches. Okay. Yeah.
That's 6, because it's the 3 Barbie songs: Wish, Rustin, Super Mario Bros.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So for win, it's going to be a Barbie song. I would assume it's the Billy one, but I would love if they were Chaos and one of the Dua Lipa one.
I think they're going to go with I'm Just Ken. That said, are you going to take Peaches seriously for the Oscars now?
I don't know.
I feel like we have to take Rustin seriously.
Rustin, I think I move into my 5. Color Purple missed here as well. So Rustin may take Color Purple slot in my 5th song nomination. After Color Purple missed Globes, missed here for original song, which is also weird because as someone who liked the music there, I went to Apple Music. There's like 4 original songs that aren't in the movie at all. One's by like Usher, one's by like Alicia Keys, stuff like that. And then the Halle Bailey Keep It Moving song is nowhere to be seen.
All right, let's move to the next category. This is Best Foreign Language Film. Oh, whoa. Whoa.
Okay, so how many movies are here? 6?
There's 6 nominees. So let's go with the obvious ones right off the bat, okay?
Yeah.
Anatomy of a Fall.
Yep.
Perfect Days.
Good.
Society of the Snow.
Okay.
Taste of Things. The Zone of Interest.
Oh, cool. I thought 4 was going to be the obvious, like, wait,
nope.
Where's Zone? Okay, so we have 5. So one more. See, Critics' Choice usually agrees with Oscar placements. Like, they're like, oh, we're not going to do some if you don't submit, but Anatomy's here. So that maybe inclines to that Boy and the Heron's here.
Godzilla -1.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Godzilla.
so cool. That's
It
such
is
a cool
cool.
nomination.
Again,
oh my
sucks
God.
that Academy has to go off with a country Smith, because if there was no selection process, I think Godzilla would get the Oscar nomination.
I actually agree. It's such a sensation right now. It's a very like RRR moment that it's having. So what do we think's winning here? I'm going Anatomy of a Fall.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. I would love to see Zone for Filmball points, but Anatomy makes the most sense, especially if they're trying to predict awards. Obviously, Anatomy's not at the Oscars, but Anatomy's probably the stronger movie overall.
So let's move over to the next category. I think this is going to be Best Animated Film. Starting
Wish.
Wish.
Yeah, let's go.
It's not dead. Everyone jumped the gun and said, "Oh, it's dead. It's dead. It got bad
It's
reviews.
not.
Got bad box office. It's dead." It has just gotten 2 of the biggest, most important nominations that you could possibly get. Keep in mind, last year, Strange World did not show up at these nominations. We can't make that comparison. It's not Strange World. It's stronger. It is a Disney animated musical. We got 5 more nominees, and they are all pretty obvious. The Boy and the Heron, Elemental, Nimona, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem.
Nimona shows up here. No Chicken Run. That's important, I think,
Oh,
for the
shit.
Netflix race.
Yeah, Chicken Run has missed both Golden Globes and Critics' Choice.
TMNT gets in here as well, which makes sense. I'm still pretty shocked that missed the Globe. No Mario here, so I think that kind of kills Mario in terms of the actual category.
I'm going to be predicting Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. What are you predicting?
I agree.
Let's move on to the next category, Best Visual Effects. 6 nominees here. I'm not seeing anything that's really shocking me. Maybe one thing. All right, let's see. The Creator, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1,
Dumb nomination.
Oppenheimer.
Okay.
Boo. Poor Things.
I mean, that makes sense. CCA.
Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
That also really makes sense. Sucks that Godzilla didn't make it in, though.
I know, yeah. Godzilla got that foreign language film nomination, but couldn't make it in to visual effects. That said, I like this lineup. Spider-Man is a hell of a nomination. I think I'm going to call a Creator win.
I think the Creator is what should win, and then if they're trying to predict the Oscars, the Creator would win as well. But I wouldn't put it past them to say, screw it, let's go with Spider-Man just because we love Spider-Man.
Or go with Oppenheimer as like a tar-winning score thing like they did last year. You said that earlier with the Barbie thing. It could happen in visual
Oppenheimer
effects.
actually has visual effects, unlike Tar not having an original score.
Does it? Does it really?
Fine. We're past that now. Oppenheimer didn't make the short list, so
I did.
we never have to talk about it again.
I won in the end.
You did.
In the end, it worked out. All right, let's move on to the next category. We got Best Hair and Makeup. First off, Barbie, The Color Purple.
Life.
Maestro.
Of course.
Oppenheimer.
Okay.
Poor Things.
And
Priscilla.
No Killers of the Flower Moon, but Priscilla.
No Killers of the Flower Moon.
That speaks more to me because I don't really buy Oppenheimer into get into the Oscar 5, and I've been like teetering with Priscilla all season long with Killers, with Napoleon, so Priscilla showing up here gives it some sort of life, but again, Critics' Choice has no real sway.
I like seeing Oppenheimer show up here. That gives me a little bit more faith that it could break it into the makeup race at the Oscars. I think this is coming down again to Maestro versus Poor Things, and it's probably just going to be Maestro.
It's CCA. It's Maestro 100%.
That's just what it is. Unfortunately, I'd love to see them do the cool thing and go with Poor Things as the winner, but they're not gonna. All right, let's move to the next category. We got Best Costume Design.
Okay. Napoleon
Barbie.
needs to show up here. If it doesn't, it's I'm losing faith. But Barbie, cool.
Wonka.
Okay.
The Color Purple. Poor Things.
Yep.
Killers of the Flower Moon. Napoleon.
Yeah, we live Napoleon. Like I told you, I mean, I miss the visual effects, but costumes is the category I feel the best about. There's just so much there.
I'm definitely hoping Napoleon gets some costume love across the board because I just traded for it. So, my Rustin trade is not working out for me because suddenly people are remembering Rustin exists. Best Editing. Air.
Okay.
Barbie.
Yeah. Wait, no, American Fiction.
Oppenheimer. Poor Things.
Yeah.
Killers of the Flower Moon. Maestro.
Choice, but I get it. Again, referencing back to an older video, we did talk about the possibility if Maestro is just like that number 5 and all of these categories throughout, and it's kind of looking like it. If it can fit into editing, with American Fiction maybe not being as strong as we thought it was, it can kind of get into some other categories, maybe like production design. Also, it missed costumes here. So kind of to our last episode talking about, is it a real contender, or is it like the Fablemans where it's just a big name but who's not actually going to get it?
Maestro, I think, is very strong in best editing. I guess there's a Bohemian Rhapsody argument there of like the test screenings were not strong and they cut something together. They really managed to make something work. So I think Maestro might just be in for a 5 slot. That said, I don't think that our full top 5 at the Oscars is going to be in this lineup right here. I think we're going to have a couple swap outs. For a winner, it's going to be Oppenheimer.
I agree. And again, I guess to give ourselves some credit, because we have been pushing this narrative for a while everyone else is calling us crazy. Like, how can you underestimate Alexander Payne? People love him. The Holdovers is a crowd-pleasing favorite. It's going to get all these nominations. Globes flopped. Here has nothing yet.
That said, editing's really the only place it could have shown up. And to be fair, American Fiction also hasn't shown up yet either. So I can't stand on my high horse and be like, told you so, because I'm also wrong. Let's move to the next category. We have Best Production Design, starting off alphabetically. Asteroid City.
Okay.
Barbie.
Makes sense.
Killers of the Flower Moon.
Good.
Oppenheimer.
Yep.
Poor Things.
Yep.
And Saltburn.
Okay.
It's a good lineup. It's a good lineup.
Yeah, good lineup. I'll put my judgment of the movie aside. It does have good production design. How much of that did they create? That's another question. But they did pick out good locations.
Good locations, and just decorating, choosing what is in those spaces, I think is definitely an achievement there. Now, you know what's not here? Color Purple.
Color Purple. I mean, Color Purple... I said
and Zone of Interest.
Oh yeah, Zone, Rip Zone. But Color Purple, I've said this, even though I really like the movie, I think the production design's like my least favorite quality of it. It just wasn't memorable to me. Nothing like jumped out the page. Like you see, like in the trailer, there's some interesting set pieces, but they're barely at those interesting ones. And the most of the story is at just a house by a lake in the city where there's not much like glitz glamour on screen.
I'm predicting Barbie is the winner here. What are you going with?
Barbie. They're predicting the Oscars. Poor Things maybe, but I don't think this would be the body to go for. I think that would be more of a BAFTA type thing.
Let's move to the next category. Best Cinematography in alphabetical order.
Oh, geez. Something's here. And if you're in alphabetical order, that means something's here pretty early on. I can't think of what is it. An A, a B, a C movie?
It's a B. Barbie.
Bottoms is Barbie's. Okay, Barbie. Bottoms is the first B move that popped in my mind. I was like, why would that be here? Barbie. So is it like a double nomination with Killers, or did they just go Barbie over
Killers of the Flower Moon is the next one.
Okay.
Barbie has been getting a ton of cinematography nominations. What is happening with that? I don't know, because that's not the type of movie it is. Like, is everyone just going, oh, let's give Rodrigo Prieto 2 nominations? Okay, so we got Barbie, we got Killers, then Maestro. Oppenheimer's up next.
Okay, yeah, of course.
Poor Things. Saltburn.
Okay. I mean, I get it. They clearly like Saltburn, want Saltburn pop up in like picture and director now because they do 10 plus slots in those categories. So, but yeah, they like Saltburn. I can't be mad.
A couple things aren't here. Color Purple. Zone of Interest. Zone of Interest should be doing more at the Critics' Choice. Instead, it did well at the Golden Globes.
It should be doing better at the Critics' Choice, but the Critics' Choice don't go for critics' picks. They go for what they think is going to happen, at least historically.
But, like, I feel like they would normally do something like Zone. They'd normally be like, oh, this is, like, the cool thing that the Oscars might do.
What did RRR do last year? Was it just VFX, song, director, picture?
I think so. I don't even know if it got picture, but it was definitely in director.
Because like I just don't know what Critics' Choice's history is with international stuff outside of like the top category.
Oh, you know what else has only gotten 1 nomination so far? Speaking of international things, Anatomy of a Fall. Ooh.
Misediting.
Ooh. Okay, let's go to the next one. Best Original Screenplay. Oh. Air.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Air is going to be here. They have 6 slots.
Barbie.
So no Anatomy. Cool. They just don't like international movies.
Exactly. No Anatomy of a Fall. That's wild. The Holdovers. Maestro.
Okay. What else?
Chill out, Critics' Choice. May, December.
Good.
Past Lives.
Yep. So they just don't like international movies. You take out Anatomy, and that's your top 6.
There you go. I think Barbie's winning this one.
I think there's a small shot Past Lives does win here, but I'm going to predict Barbie as well at this time at least.
Okay. Let's go to the next category. This is going to be Best Adapted Screenplay. Starting off at the bottom, All of Us Strangers.
So no Zone, and then it's going to be the rest of the top 5.
American
or
Fiction.
Top 4. Yep.
Are You
Spider-Man.
There, God? It's Me, Margaret.
Oh, something's missing then.
That's a cool one. That's a really
It
cool
is.
one.
It is.
Killers of the Flower Moon,
Oh, so they just said no Spider-Man. Cool.
Oppenheimer,
Yeah.
and Poor Things.
Weird that they gave
No Spider-Man.
I,
Yep.
I mean, HCA and CCA aren't the same things, but they have a lot of overlap. It's just weird that Spider-Man swept up the HCAs in the mid-season and their most recent nominations, and then here it's missing things it's previously won.
Spider-Man is not currently predicted to be a big thing in the Oscar race, so they're not going for it. My gut wants me to stick stubborn and say American Fiction, but instead I'm going to say Poor Things wins.
I am going to be bold a little bit, and I'm going to go with Killers of the Flower Moon.
Next category, Best Director. Ugh.
Okay.
I'm taking an L here. I'm taking a big L. Okay.
As long as Payne's not here, I'm cool.
Greta Gerwig for Barbie.
All right.
Alexander Payne for The Holdovers.
I mean, there's 10 slots.
Big L for me. Martin Scorsese for Killers of the Flower Moon. Bradley Cooper for Maestro.
Makes sense.
Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer.
So no Cord Jefferson, all right.
Yorgos Lanthimos for Poor Things.
They only did
That's
6.
Only did 6.
Whoa.
They did 11 last year.
Wow. I mean, I guess they heard the feedback of people like, you can't do that. That's not fair. You can't do 11. I guess the 6 makes sense, especially they're not giving any attention to those international movies like Anatomy, like Zone. That's removing 2 more directors, and I would say Payne's like number 8 right now.
What I'm going to say is we have 4 out of the 6 here and then 1 international. And
I agree.
The 2 that are going to be dropped is Maestro and The Holdovers. We are not going to see Bradley Cooper or Alexander Payne get that nomination. Instead, we're going to see Greta Gerwig, Yorgos Lanthimos, Christopher Nolan, Martin Scorsese, and then likely Jonathan Glazer. So let's move on to Best Ensemble. Starting off, we have Air, Barbie, The Color Purple,
No American Fiction. Color Purple, cool.
The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, and Oppenheimer.
No Poor Things.
No Poor Things.
For SAG, at least, this is kind of a SAG predictor a little bit. I've been saying all year, Poor Things won't get in because the cast isn't big enough, and there's always one major contender that misses. That's one that seems most likely. Misses here. On the flip side, though, Holdovers gets in with only really 3 performances. There's other people throughout, but like they're not big or anything like that. Also weird that Past Lives kind of missed here, but they haven't really liked Past Lives in so far, but everything else makes sense. Air,
It's true.
Color Purple, both are very ensemble heavy movies, and I was teetering with the idea the other day, is that just our SAG ensemble nomination that we get every year that's not in our picture lineup?
I'm going to predict Barbie to win this prize, although Oppenheimer could too. No, you know what? I'm gonna say Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer takes this, Barbie takes SAG.
I think I'm gonna go Barbie here, but again, Oppenheimer maybe is the one I personally prefer a little bit more if we're talking about a full ensemble. And then I also want to be shocked if Killers of the Flower Moon won here as well.
The next category, we have Best Young Actor or Actress.
Okay, here's gonna be the fun thing. Who actually qualifies because of ages? Sometimes we don't know the ages of some of these younger actors.
Dominic Sessa is 33, so is he going to show up? Alphabetical order by film. We're going to go Milo Machado Grainer for Anatomy of the Fall.
Good winner.
Abby Ryder Fortson, Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret.
Makes sense.
Ariana Greenblatt for Barbie.
Yep, good nomination. Hot take, she's my favorite of the supporting actresses in that movie.
Madeline Una Voiles, The Creator.
Boom, vindicated. I've been saying this all along.
You have been saying this all along.
Yes.
That's a good one. That's a big W for you. And then 33-year-old Dominic Sessa for The Holdovers.
Our real winner in the category, but we would love to see Milo win this, but Sessa's got this in the bag.
And then Kayla Lane for Wonka.
Okay, I'm assuming she's the girl that Wonka talks to in the trailer. Any big misses? I don't really think so.
I don't think any big misses. It's going to be Dominic Sessa, though.
Sessa has this, unless they're just like, you're too old, even though he's like, what, 19, 20, 21?
He's 33. Okay, let's move to the next category, which is Best Supporting Actress. Okay.
Adams.
Nope.
Okay. Wow.
Emily Blunt for Oppenheimer.
Of course, yeah.
Danielle Brooks, The Color Purple.
Yep, 2 for 2.
America Ferrera, Barbie.
She's alive.
Jodie Foster, Naiad.
Naiad sweep.
Julianne Moore, May December.
Good.
Divine Joy Randolph, The Holdovers.
All right, no Henson again. No Rosamund Pike.
So I am saying Danielle Brooks wins, although I'm starting to warm back up to Divine Joy Randolph winning because she has been sweeping. The question for me is, am I going to break on my belief that Emily Blunt is just going to miss the Oscar nomination once again because she's going to make every single nomination. She was nominated for Globes, Critics' Choice. She's going to be nominated for SAG. She's going to be nominated for BAFTA. Am I really going to predict her to get snubbed again just on the belief that the Oscars will not nominate Emily Blunt?
I think if she gets in at BAFTA, she's good. I do think there's a chance she doesn't make BAFTA because of the jury and whatnot. I don't think she's a top 2, top 3.
No,
I forgot how many BAFTA keeps. So I don't know the jury would keep her. So I think if she gets in that BAFTA, 100% have her in your lineup. If she's out of BAFTA, there's a chance.
So next category, supporting actor. Oh,
Okay.
Oh shit. Oh wow.
Sess is here.
No, okay. Should I do alphabetical or should I do obvious first?
Give her alphabetical.
Sterling K. Brown, American Fiction.
Yes, people
There
haven't
you
seen
go.
American Fiction. Best part of that movie.
Robert De Niro, Killers of the Flower Moon.
Okay.
Robert Downey Jr., Oppenheimer.
Yep.
Ryan Gosling, Barbie.
Yes.
Charles Melton, May December.
Yes.
Mark Ruffalo, Poor Things.
No Defoe.
No Defoe, but otherwise you got the top 5 and then Sterling K. Brown.
I think for Sterling K. Brown, if he hits SAG, I think he has a great shot to replace someone. Who that someone is, I don't know, because everyone else has made the awards
Charles
they need
Melton.
to. I don't agree with that.
He's not as strong at the Oscars.
Still, I still think that there's people out there like, oh, De Niro's going to miss because he's not hitting with critics groups. He's not hitting with like small regional groups. There hasn't been that many of it. He's hitting at the bodies that matter. So is Ruffalo. So is Melton. Someone will miss along the way. That will happen at SAG if Sterling K. Brown makes the lineup, and may happen at BAFTA as well. That's where I think we'll get a little bit of a sense of who could miss. But I think if you have anything besides these 5 right now, I love the boldness, but there's not precedent for it at this point.
I feel very confident that Mark Ruffalo will get swapped out for Willem Dafoe by the end.
I haven't seen Poor Things, so I can't really comment. But based off of how you talked about some other people, I can see it.
This feels to me like with Belfast, like with The Fabelmans, where these early bodies go for the one that everyone expects, the Katrina Balfe, the Paul Dano, and then right near the end, something switches, and they just go for the older character in the movie. Let's move to the next category, Best Actress. Lily Gladstone, Killers of the Flower Moon. Sandra Hüller, Anatomy of a Fall. Greta Lee, Past Lives. Carey Mulligan, Maestro. Margot Robbie, Barbie. Emma Stone, Poor Things. No Barrino.
No Spaney. Sadness.
Fantasia Barrino missing here is a really bad sign. Greta Lee showing up is a very good sign for her, good sign for Past Lives. It has not been the strongest through this ceremony, so good for it. Same with Anatomy of a Fall.
For actress, I just don't really know what to do for like in terms of like an Oscar nomination. I took Barrino out the other day to bring in Hüller back into my lineup because I had taken her out for like a week, but she's back in now. But in terms of winning this award, I'm going with Emma Stone all the way.
I'm also going Emma Stone, although I could be swayed to Lily Gladstone for just this one, even though I think Stone is going to win everything else. So let's move to the next category, Best Actor. Bradley Cooper for Maestro.
Check.
Leonardo DiCaprio, Killers of the Flower Moon.
Of course.
Coleman Domingo, Rustin.
Good.
Paul Giamatti, The Holdovers.
Give me top 6.
Cillian Murphy, Oppenheimer.
And Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey Wright, American Fiction. That was a very, very easy one.
Helps us with nothing in terms of the Oscars, of who is the odd man out. I still do believe that we will not have 5 for 5 Best Picture and that Coleman Domingo makes this lineup. Who is at the expense of it? Is it Wright? Is it Giamatti? I think Globe will tell us.
I'm deeply regretting trading Rustin.
What did you get for it again? Ferrari?
I got Napoleon for Rustin, which is not panning out for me. I was hoping that Rustin would just go, Napoleon would get some tech noms, and instead, bam, above the line nominations for Rustin.
I mean, Austin's coming out with a really good week after being bottom of the leaderboard at Past Lives, strong at Globes. Rustin's alive. He has the top waiver pick, and there's one movie I think is really obvious. I hope he doesn't take. If he's watching this video, don't take that movie because I have waiver priority number 2. But in terms of winning this category, there are Oscar predictors. We are going with Cooper.
Best Picture.
Ooh, okay.
American Fiction.
Yep.
Barbie.
Yep.
The Color Purple.
Boom.
It's here. The Holdovers.
Okay.
Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah.
Maestro.
Okay.
Oppenheimer.
Yes.
Past Lives.
Okay.
Poor Things.
And we're missing the
You're not going to guess
international
this
movies.
one. You're not going to guess this one. Saltburn.
You know what? For the thumbnail right here, we can just get a sign of disappointment, and it can say above me, Saltburn in picture. Hey, if you want to hear my thoughts on Saltburn, go to the What We've Been Watching video that just came out the other day. Full thoughts there from Matt and myself. Let's just say we did not like the movie.
Okay, so what is missing from this lineup? Is it just the international?
And May
It's
December.
the international. Oh, and May December. So we're missing May December. We're missing Anatomy of a Fall. We're missing Zone of Interest. We're missing All of Us Strangers. Air. Spider-Man,
Oh
Iron
yeah,
Claw.
Spider-Man didn't make it. Whoa.
Yeah, Spider-Man
This-
didn't make anything.
This is the body that
Spider-Man's
would
dead
have done
dead.
Spider-Man. Yeah, Spider-Man is dead. So, gonna make a bold take right here. Last year, we said around this time, our Best Picture nominees, we know 9 of them. That 10 slot is between these 4 movies. And it was none of those 4 movies. In fact, it was all Quiet on the Western Front, which we had so far away. But my bold take this year is we know 7, maybe 8 if you want to make the strong case for Anatomy.
We know 8. We know
of
8.
our Best Picture lineup. And then there's like 4 or 5 movies fighting for those last 2 spots.
Because you're not counting Past Lives in there.
I'm
and
not.
everyone else is counting Past Lives because Past Lives is in. It's going to be barely nominated, but it's going to be in. Right now, I can say very certainly, I think the locks for a nomination are American Fiction, Barbie, The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, Past Lives, and Poor Things. And then the question is, what are those final 2 spots? Is it going to The Color Purple? Is it going to Anatomy of a Fall? Is it going to Zone of Interest? Is it going to May, December? So really, there's those 4 movies fighting for those final 2 slots. And the question is, are they going to go double artsy, or are they going to go one populist, one artsy? Because Color Purple could easily slot in. Missing the Golden Globe was bad. It making the Critics' Choice definitely helps it. It's a big boost. If we see it get SAG Ensemble, if we see it get the PGA nomination, that is all that it needs to get into the Best Picture.
I'm at the point right now where I'm leaning Anatomy, Zone, and Color, and I still have Past Lives out. I know that's bold, but I like to be bold sometimes.
Should not have Past Lives out at this point. You really shouldn't.
I shouldn't, but I do, because at this point last year, you could make that case for a few movies that ended up actually missing the award at the end of the day. And maybe I'm over-predicting.
Like
I mean,
what?
Babylon looked pretty good at this point last year. It hadn't missed anything.
It wasn't making it into like Globe's director. Here, Past Lives was not as strong as it could have been. Like, it didn't make score, it didn't make director, didn't make editing, but it did make Best Actress, Best Screenplay, Best Picture. Right now, the closest comparison that I have to Past Lives is like Women Talking, Triangle of Sadness last year. Not going to perform across the board, but it's going to be very strong in the categories that it's good in.
Well, we will go more into our Best Picture lineup here in an episode coming out very soon. So as always, and as I mentioned at the top of the show today, consider subscribing, dropping a like, staying tuned for all the Oscar content that we have here on the channel. But until next time, my name is Dyl.
And my name is Matt, and this has been Fantasy Filmball.